That's like the Jewish religion denying that the Holocaust even happened. It's absurd and frankly disappointing. Let's go ahead and get back to Flight 93. Here's some articles that were published throughout the September 11th, 2001 attacks. These articles go all the way to 2006. This is from Philadelphia Daily News on 9/16 of 2002. I'm going to go ahead and read that off to you. A Daily News investigation has found roughly a 3-minute gap between the time the tape goes silent, according to the government-prepared transcripts, and the time that top scientists have pinpointed the crash. Several leading seismologists that Flight 93 crashed last September 11th at 10:06 a.m. Give or take a couple of seconds. Family members allowed to hear the cockpit voice recorder in Princeton, New Jersey last spring were told it stopped just after 10:03. The FBI and other agencies refused repeated requests to explain the discrepancy, but the relatives of Flight 93 passengers who heard the cockpit tape on April 18th at Preston Hotel said government officials laid out a timetable for the crash in a briefing and in a transcript that accompanied the recording. Relatives later reported they heard sounds of an onboard struggle beginning at 9:58, but there was a final rushing round at 10:03 and the tape fell silent. Von Hogan, the uncle of passenger Mark Bingham, said by phone from California that near the end there are shouts of "pull up, pull up," but the end of the tape is infrared. There's no impact. But yet they say the plane just exploded as it hit the ground. The infrared says there was no impact on the plane. This is from Philadelphia News, and it was published on 9/16 in 2002. So this kind of supports my theory that the plane never exploded. And it may support other people's theories if they believe it never exploded. If they believe that. That's on them. If they do or they don't. So let's go ahead and sum this article up, shall we? The article above states seismologists agreed that Flight 93 crashed at 10:06. The last 3 minutes of the cockpit tape were missing. There is no mention of a struggle, but no mention of hijackers, and the tape ended with a rushing sound. That's the summary of that one. Let's go ahead and jump to 2004. This is a report from CNN on 7/23 of 2004. The passengers continued their assault trying to break through the cockpit door. At 10:02 a.m. and 23 seconds, a hijacker said, "Pull it down, pull it down." The hijackers remained at the controls, but must have judged the passengers were only seconds from overcoming them. The report concludes the airplane headed down the control wheel was turned hard to the right. The airplane rolled onto its back, and one of the hijackers began shouting, "Allah is the greatest! Allah is the greatest!" With the sounds of the passenger counterattack continuing, the aircraft plowed into an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania at 580 miles per hour, about 20 minutes flying time from Washington. This is a report from CNN. So they are saying, CNN is saying, there was an impact and it turned upside down in an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, about 580 miles per hour. So, Let's go ahead and sum this story up. Now, this story has completely changed. The 10:06 a.m. seismic event has completely disappeared, and we are told that no mechanical hijack, that any hijackers on the verge of being overwhelmed by passengers counterattacking the plane and was flying upside down, flew the plane into the ground at 10:03, and with one of them shouting, "Allah is the greatest, all the greatest." So we're getting two conflicting stories here, one in 2002 and one in 2004. So within 2 years, the story has changed. Within 2 years. Now let's go ahead and move on to 2006. 3 minutes after this is a report from SF Gate on 4/13 of 2006. So I just wanted you to know where this came from. 3 minutes after 10 a.m., passengers seemed to be breaking through the cockpit door, fighting the hijackers in a futile effort to take back the throttle. Go, go! They encouraged another. Move, move! But the terrorists had flipped the plane upside down. They spent it downwards. Shall we finish it off? A hijacker asks in Arabic. That was an article from SF Gate in 2006, 4/13, and 2006. So, there are 3 conflicting stories from Philadelphia Daily News, CNN, and SF Gate. 3 conflicting stories. One says that there was no impact. One says the plane crashed at 10:06 and there were no hijackers. So, I mean, it's all cover-up. They don't want you to know what actually happened. Because if they did, they wouldn't be giving 3 conflicting stories from 3 different publishings, ladies and gentlemen. That would not be happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just wanting to state the facts here, and I'm wanting to get all this out because this is ridiculous. Are we really going to stand for a government cover-up? The American people are better than this. The country is better than this. If we can rise together, become a nation of one, we can take on anything. But we have to be able to make the choice to do it. If we don't make that choice, everything goes downhill. It's funny, I just got to thinking, why in the world did any of this have to happen? It's just like the JFK assassination. There's plenty of conspiracy theories on what people actually think happened. With any big event that's ever transpired in American history. To the Lincoln assassination, to the Kennedy assassination, to 9/11. It's a big deal. And we have to be able to know fact from fiction. If we don't stand up and make the right choices, America is dead as we know it. We can become a greater nation. We can fight the odds. But we have to try. We have to want to make a change in America. We have to want no more government cover-ups. And to make that choice, you have to do it on your own. You have to, like I said, you have to be able to take fact from fiction. You have to be able to know what's truth and what's lies in this country. Society anymore has grown away from what it was. See, people anymore just go with what people are doing because they think it's cool or something else. No. That's not the way I operate. I'm going to do whatever I'm wanting to do because I want to do it. Not because society tells me I have to do it. Not because society tells me I can't put anything out there about the September 11th, 2001 attacks. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to the BNR show. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, comments, whatever you may have, email us them at thebnrshow@yahoo.com. That's all lowercase letters, no big letters at all. Coming this May, we're introducing the Shadow Man, and remember, the Shadow Man knows all. So let's not forget about him. And our website, politicalinsight.simdiff.com, is down. We will try to get back up a website as soon as we possibly can. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you, God bless America, but most of all, God bless your freedoms. Good night, everybody.